I'm waiting for this to let go. Well, there we go. Yeah. Suki, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. That was fun. It always is. I love doing that. It's New Year's Day, so that's our one time a year celebration of life. Oh yeah, I have been frustrated sharpening knives for most of my life. I mean, I'm 38, and for 28 years of that, I have been frustrated always with how to get a knife sharp. I have done everything, used everything from a steel to a whetstone to those little, they're usually in a plastic housing. You hold them in your hand. They've got a V-shaped honing things that you pull that through. Some of those worked for a dozen or two episodes, and then they seemed to wear out. I have never gotten sharp knives on my own until I found this thing. Chuck has one, and a couple years ago when I was living in their basement, I got a hold of it and sharpened a knife or two, and oh man, it runs anywhere from $60 to $70. This is sandpaper. Yep. Is this you? No, it's not. Goodbye. Hey, frick you. How's that for a frick you. How's that for a friendly New Year's Eve, New Year's Day greeting? I'm recording this, by the way. So I am too.
Well, good. You can record yourself.
Hang on a second. I have to recover from that. Yeah. Well, you'll see. I'm going to show you. Speakerphone. Okay, now you can talk to me.
Okay.
And then the
Well,
camera.
Happy New Year.
The camera can hear you too. So if you're rude to me, everybody in the world will know it.
We'll see. It'll never happen.
What?
I'm a perfect saint of a child.
Oh, you are. Yes, you are. I drain these, but no, they don't want to drain. That being this juice is this thick. It is what it is. Being creative. No flour, no sugar. Eating. Unsweetened applesauce, which is surprisingly good. Ooh, I should put in some crushed red pepper flakes. That would be good, wouldn't it? You never know where the imagination can go eating this way. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. Last night, I allowed myself an orange, sectioned and consumed with great joy and gusto. Seriously. I enjoyed, well, the last 2 nights, when I finally got oranges, I forced myself to wait until 8 p.m. Have the orange, and I enjoyed it not a scooch less than I have enjoyed fresh cookies out of the oven. Massively enjoyable. So if I'm imagining myself going through austerity by having to eat no sugar, no flour, hey, I'm having a blast. And then some yellow bell pepper. And I have wanted to I've thought about this for a few years, being creative with no flour, no sugar, taking a can of beans like this, adding pineapple juice as a sweetener, maybe thickening it a bit, cooking it down a little bit, using some flour or cornstarch to thicken it. And I think I will try that next sometime. Well, let's see what we got here. That's an affirmative. I got my fruit, sort of, in the applesauce. My veggie, my protein with the beans. Well, this is really good. There. No. Go back. Ah, that's good. That's good. I got out here just in time. Been watching the hoarfrost all morning, thinking I should get out there before it goes away. And then from in the house, a half an hour ago, I noticed the sun was out. It's gonna all melt away before I can get out with the camera. It's the day after the U.S. Capitol was insurrected. Politicians by the raft load are jumping ship. And more it's sheep jumping after one another on the life raft. Everybody claims they're doing it out of their own conscience. Yeah. Some are calling for a second impeachment. Yeah, what? We got 14, 15, 16 days until the coronation of Joe Biden. Yeah, like that's going to happen. Shit. Some are calling for the immediate removal of Mr. President Trump. One thing that has occurred to me that is a bit of a concern with how out of control Trump seems to be becoming more and more since the election, well, since his inauguration 4 years ago, is that he's becoming more and more, or less and less cautious with his rhetoric and with his actions. And he's the one guy in the country that has his thumb on the button of the nuclear missiles. Would that be his final act of defiance? Fuck them all. And the more I think about it, and that's dangerous, I recognize. The more I think about it, that becomes more and more of a possibility as he becomes more and more uncentered with his defeat. And one politician on the news this morning referred to politician Hawley as a dumbass. At first I thought that was funny, and the more I think about it, the more it becomes just another nail in the coffin of civility in this country. It's demonstrating that it's okay to talk about people that way, and that politicians themselves don't need to be examples of civility, courtesy, respect. So we'll see. I can't imagine Trump actually doing what he said today or yesterday, that he would step down after the inauguration. I know I called it coronation a bit ago, but I'm reconsidering my impolite attitude toward people who are entrusted with our country's direction. Well, I've got a piece of outgoing mail to deposit in the mailbox, and I see that he has not been here yet. That's good. I am closing my account with my local credit union. Now you stay. Sit. Stay. I've been a member with a credit union in Wisconsin where I've lived for 40 years. And when I moved here, I just assumed, well, of course, I set up an account locally. We have two credit unions in town. One of them is open only to, I don't remember exactly, government employees or a factory worker. Okay. So I chose the other one. And from the day I walked in there to open an account, the place was like a mausoleum. There was one teller behind the counter. There was one office lady who could set me up. No cars in the parking lot, nobody else around. And then a couple months later, I thought, oh, I wanted to get Apple Pay. I do some sending of money on occasion, mainly my rent to Chuck. Why would I have to write a check? Seems ridiculous in these days. And then I discovered Apple Pay. Oh, yeah, man, I'd like to do that. Checked with my credit union here. No, we don't do that. Checked with my credit union back in Wisconsin, where I no longer had an account. Oh, yeah, we do that. So then I realized there's no reason for me to go into the credit union office ever. I do all my deposits. I use a debit card for everything. Most everything I do is online and automatic debit every month. I don't need to live in the same town. 350 miles away now. I do everything online. Oh. So I reopened an account with my... And that credit union in Wisconsin was always busy. The parking lot was always half full. People in the lobby, people waiting to go through the drive-through. It was, wow. I didn't realize that they were such a viable entity and that there were unviable entities such as the credit union locally. So I reestablished myself there 2 years ago. And I have been keeping the local credit union account, even though I don't do anything debit card with them. I'm doing that with my Wisconsin credit union now. But I wanted to keep my savings separate, make it a little more difficult to transfer funds out of savings into my checking account. So finally, after thinking about this for a year, I thought, oh, what the heck. Time to close the account here and deposit everything into my savings in the Wisconsin credit union, where I have a real fondness and loyalty. So that was the extent of that envelope. Signed my name to say, yep, close my account, send me a check for the vast, filthy lucre that you're holding for me. Isn't this something, this hoarfrost? And I was informed a few weeks ago when somebody on Facebook posted a photo of hoarfrost and called it rime, R-I-M-E. I've heard of rime, never knew about it. Thought it was just another name for hoarfrost, which it sort of is. But it's a whole different natural process of how the ice forms, and they form into needle-like objects rather than just coating crystals onto every object out in the air. I learned something new. I don't know everything after all.
Sweden is a country with a lot of light. And it's also a country with a lot of darkness. It all depends on what season it is. Just like many other countries in the Northern Hemisphere, there is a strong contrast in the light conditions between summer and winter. In the winter, it's dark almost all the time. And in the summer, it's light all the time. During the summer, in the very north of Sweden, the sun never sets between the end of May until the middle of July. So you can see the sun 24 hours a day, and that is called the midnight sun.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. See you next time.